It was very humble beginnings. One day Al came in and asked me if I wanted to do tutorials, and I was like, sure, honey, what's a tutorial? I had not a clue. Opening a business in Hamilton kind of sparked things.
We've got 14 quilt shops in town, 3 restaurants, a little hotel. It's this whole quilting Disneyland in Hamilton, Missouri.
And she ended her letter to me by saying, you have filled my war-torn life with color.
Hi, friends. If you've been quilting for a while, or even just thinking about starting, you've probably come across Jenny Doan from Missouri Star Quilt Company. For a lot of us, her videos were the first time we really believed we could make something beautiful with our own hands. In this video, I want to share 5 quilt patterns that really stood out to me. They're some of the most loved Missouri Star patterns, and each one has a little bit of Jenny's heart stitched into it. So Many Squares is as straightforward as it gets, but it never feels boring. If you've got a charm pack sitting around, this is one of the best ways to finally put it to good use. It's the kind of quilt that doesn't ask much from you, but still ends up looking polished. Jenny walks you through it in a way that's clear and relaxed. No stress. Just a patchwork of prints and colors coming together like a little story. I made this one on a rainy weekend, just sewing square after square until I realized sometimes simple is exactly what you need. This was the first Missouri Star pattern I ever tried. The disappearing 9-patch starts with something classic, but that first cut? It changes everything. The layout becomes way more interesting, and it looks like you spent hours planning it. The thing is, it's not complicated. You just need someone like Jenny showing you what to do. That's what I loved about her approach. No pressure to be perfect, just encouragement to keep going. Double slice layer cake is one of those patterns that feels like it was made for indecisive quilters. You don't have to overthink color placement. You don't have to stress about matching seams. You just start slicing, sewing, and watching something cool take shape. I pulled out a layer cake I'd been saving forever and finally used it on this one. It felt so freeing. Like Jenny always says, fabric is meant to be used. This quilt reminded me of that. Jelly roll race is just pure fun. You're not matching points or worrying about layout. You're just sewing strip after strip, letting the quilt happen as it happens. I made one during a sewing night with friends, and it turned into this shared burst of energy and laughter. Jenny's version captures that perfectly. Her excitement is contagious, and by the end, you've got a quilt top and a story to go with it. This is the one that carries the name, and for good reason. The Missouri Star Quilt has that strong classic look. Those star blocks feel like something out of a family heirloom, but it's built from modern pre-cuts and simple steps. It's bold, it's comforting, and it reminds me of why I fell in love with quilting in the first place. I've made this one more than once, and every version feels like a small celebration of tradition and creativity coming together. Jenny Doan made quilting feel approachable. She wasn't just teaching techniques, she was inviting you into something bigger. A slower rhythm, a quiet confidence, a reminder that it's okay to make mistakes and still end up with something beautiful. I've learned so much from her videos, and not just about quilting, about patience, about enjoying the process, about being kind to yourself when the seams don't line up perfectly. If any of these patterns have a place in your sewing story, I'd love to hear about it. Share your favorite Missouri Star quilt in the comments, or maybe the one that gave you the courage to try quilting for the first time. Thanks for spending some time here, and thank you to Jenny for the kindness, the creativity, and the calm you brought into so many homes. I'll keep making, one stitch at a time.